Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today we're going to open up G.I. Joe, the Baroness. I know, I don't usually do G.I. Joe stuff, but as you guys know, I like to get lots of parts for my customs whenever possible, and she was on sale, and I thought, hey, this might be a good way to get some parts that match close to the same size as my classic figures. So, let's open her up. We'll check her out first as a figure, and then we'll talk about customizing opportunities. So, let's get this box open. Let's get it started now. Alright, so here is the box. And it is sealed in plastic first. And let's just go ahead and open up this plastic. Now, it's kind of cool. They actually made this box look really worn and weathered. It's kind of a fun thing they did with it. Now, I am not really privy to a lot of G.I. Joe lore. When I collected G.I. Joes, there's the 12-inch ones, and I never got into the smaller G.I. Joes. I did have Micronauts, but never really switched over to G.I. Joes too much. So I had Star Wars, Micronauts, Adventure People, especially the space ones, and, of course, He-Man figures. But I just never really got into G.I. Joe too much. I have seen a couple of the cartoons, but I'm just not really a super G.I. Joe fan when it comes to the storyline of the smaller figures. Now, my kids had G.I. Joes too, but they had the 12-inch ones. Actually, you know what? I forgot I did buy them a bunch of the 3 3/4 G.I. Joes. That's right, I forgot about that. So my kids had a bunch. Anyway, here's the back of the box. You can see it says G.I. Joe on it. G.I. Joe. And it's got some cool blue and black kind of coloring to it. It looks almost like camouflage. So that's kind of cool the way they got that. It reminds you a little bit of Street Sharks or Tiger Sharks or whatever you want to call them. All right, let's open it up. Chic. All right, there she is. I'll hold my judgment until I open her up, but let's go ahead and check her out. You know what? I hate doing this, but I'm not even going to open her. I already know the plastic is hollow. It's the other G.I. Joe I opened, and I was hoping for more out of the face. So I was going to use these heads for customizing, but these faces are just very simple looking. I know it's based on the cartoon, so that's why. I was hoping maybe to make a replacement for my scientist, Jennifer. That's what I was hoping for. But again, just like with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle April, her face looks like a cake decoration. Not quite as bad, but just not what I was looking for in the figure. And so, sorry you guys. I know, kind of a waste of a video, but she is not going to be opened today. I'm just going to throw her on eBay, see what I can get for her. She is cool looking, don't get me wrong. It's just not my, it's just not going to work for customs. The head, like I said, is too simple. Even for us, that's what I want her for, is to snatch her head and throw it on to a figure. And you can see her height does fit in nice with the G.I. Joe, with the He-Man size figures. So, because a lot of times you try to use a female head from another figure line, and it just does not work well. Like, let me give you an example. So, one of my cool customs that I just love is this one right here. And I used the head from the Cuckoo Sisters, and you've seen me use the head from Cuckoo Sisters quite a few times now. And it is on the small side for classics. But when you put the helmet on, then it's not quite so bad to try to hide the size of the smaller head. So, not spectacular, but it does fit better than just not having any covering at all. But actually, the G.I. Joe head is not really much bigger. Not really. That's funny. Alright, so now some other cool female figures that I have found that work great with classics and He-Man figures in general are these guys right here, which I have shown many times in many videos. And these figures just look amazingly awesome next to our classic figures. She's going to lose her arrows. And I should have one of these coming soon in the mail. I did have one slated to come to me, I think, in February, so next month I should be getting another one of her that's actually a newer version of her. But these figures just look amazing. Amazing, and they fit so nicely for height-wise. You know what? Hold on a second. Hold up a sec. So I can't remember what they're called, but I have an unopened one right on my shelf. I know her name is Bernice, but the company is, let's see, Combatants Fight for Glory is the title of the figures. And the company is, what is that? Xerxray? I don't know. There's no R in there. X-ray? Probably X-ray, I'm guessing, is what that's supposed to be. But it is, they are pretty cool figures. And they make male figures as well. I haven't bought into male figures, though. But what's funny is I wanted just Bernice. And I have a whole bunch of videos talking about wanting Bernice really bad. But these ones came in one big set that a guy had that were already pre-opened. And so I just ended up grabbing all three together. And then I ended up buying a Bernice in red and black still in the package. And now I have a brand new Bernice on order. It should be here soon, and I'll make a video about that when it comes out. Now, they all came with cool helmets and stuff too, but you got to take off their external hair to put on the helmets. Now, I know this will be about the G.I. Joe. Sorry for those that got the bait and switch. If you don't care about seeing these, you can just feel free to end the video. But these figures are so freaking cool. So let's take a look. So you take and you pull off the hair like that, and now you got this more slimmed down hair to fit the helmet on. And that is really cool. So, and all of them have the removable hair. At first I didn't know, and I tried shoving the helmet on, and I was forcing the helmet. Nope, her one doesn't fit. Nope, hers doesn't fit. Nope, hers doesn't fit. Not knowing that they had the slimmed down hair for the helmet, which is so much better than just making them bald, like we saw with Marlena yesterday, where you just literally pull her hair off completely, and there's a bald head underneath. Oop. So you can kind of see. I wish I would have gave her a long hair piece. I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but pretty cool. All right, so there you go. Those are those figures. And you know what? Their heads are about the same size as the Star Sister, as the Cuckoo Sister's head too. I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, I guess it's not bad. It's just I'm just so used to the classics having the big heads that it just seemed weird, but I guess if their heads are smaller too. I think I just had her head back so far that her neck looked too long. So, there we go. I guess I got to jam her head on harder. There we go. She does look cool. Yeah. It's funny, I remember the day I made her. It was just a video, and I had a bunch of female parts in a box. And I thought I got to figure out some way to use parts to make a figure. And I remember tossing the red and brown and mixing them. And at first it was like, that's not going to work too well. But it actually came out looking pretty cool. So there's my Cold R. Cold R. Anyway, I'm going to put Cold R away. And I'm going to put her armor back on. Now that I pushed her head down like it's supposed to be. Yeah, that fits better with her head down anyway. And let's just end this video by looking at the G.I. Joe one more time, since that's what this video was supposed to be about before I went on some wild tangent because of my irritation of the face. And again, I know it's supposed to be the cartoon version, but you can still have a cartoon version and still have a nice sculpted face. And that face looks ridiculous. Ridiculous. I know, she should have a cool smirk, but it's just too much. I mean, she almost looks like a man in that particular face. They made the chin so wide. This face is pretty, and it has a nice narrow chin. And this face is okay, but yep, not enough to open her up and keep her. All right, it's on the back of the box. Oh, that's cool. Here, I'll put it here so you guys can pause and read that if you choose to. And they got some cool screens too. That's pretty fun, having those screens like that, like it's some kind of a giant computer terminal. Here's the big screen above and all the little files and all the little screens down here. It's a fun little box they got there. Anything on the sides? Nope. Anyway, she'll be going up on the chopping block. Oh, chop in the package, because I don't need any of the parts in the box. Anyway, thanks for watching, and sorry for the switch and bait. I'll try not to do, or bait and switch. I'll try not to do that too. I'll try not to do that too often, but this time was just one of those videos where it's like, yeah. The last G.I. Joe I was pretty disappointed with too, from Super 7. Good journey, you guys. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!